Let's talk about policy here at home.
Sure.
The domestic agenda. A new Fox News poll finds that nearly 7 in 10 voters nationwide approve of the Justice Department appointing a special counsel to investigate this Russian meddling story in the 2016 election. This, as the Justice Department now acknowledges Attorney General Jeff Sessions failed to disclose meetings he had with Russian ambassador last year when he was filling out his security clearance form. Doesn't look good. Do these developments taken together trouble you in any way?
Look, I think they need to treat this the way Reagan treated Iran-Contra. They need to say, there's a problem here. There were some mistakes made by different people. We're going to get to the bottom of it. None of it affects the president. But the president needs to take a big step back, get this stuff done. And I think the average American will feel better if at the end of the time, some people may have made mistakes. I doubt very much if Donald Trump was one of them. And I think when it's all over, if you go back and look at Reagan, he regained all of his popularity after Iran-Contra because people felt like he was sincerely trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And I think Mueller's a pretty decent guy. My only fear is that these kind of independent counsels often go off track, and what you end up with is some poor guy who has a conviction for perjury or obstruction of justice over something that had nothing to do with the original purpose, but because you get in all these technicalities. And I mean, they're going to come in and say now, on the 17th day of the transition, when you were at the Trump Tower and you had 39 meetings, do you remember the meeting number 16? And the truth is, most human beings are going to have to say, actually, I don't remember it.
But again, here we are talking about this Russia investigation. We're still waiting on any evidence of collusion, which has been non-existent. And yet, the domestic agenda at home, we're all wondering what the heck is happening to tax reform,
what's happening
with health care.
But that's the president's job. I mean, if the
president do it, get the focus back.
Well, I'm fascinated. If he is as disciplined at home as we have seen him be on this trip, if he decides to focus on big things, if they cut out the daily briefings, which are totally destructive, notice that there aren't daily briefings on this trip. You don't have a place for the elite media to come in and destroy everything.
So you think they should cut out the daily briefings?
I agree with Scott Adams, who does Dilbert, who wrote a piece the other day and said there is zero reason to do daily briefings.
I mean, wouldn't he get criticized for giving less information? Yeah, I mean, he's going to get criticized anyway, right?
First of all, he can give lots, he can give more information because he can do a daily report. I don't care if Spicer does a daily report. If one of the networks is 93-7 negative, according to Harvard, there's a Harvard study that says one of the networks is 93-7. That's not a reporter, that's an attacker. Why would you have meetings with attackers?
Yeah. Let me ask you about the CBO scoring and the health care
They should abolish CBO.
You don't believe this scoring?
They were totally wrong on Obamacare.
Yeah.
I mean, and I said this before it happened. I said months ago, abolish CBO. It is totally destructive. It is totally dishonest. It was unbelievably wrong about Obamacare. I mean, go back and pull up how wrong they were.
Yeah.
And say, okay, let's assume they're equally wrong about the Republican bill.
So what happens now, Newt?
Well, now it's going to become, of course, everybody's going to run in circles. The Republicans will be intimidated because the Republicans don't understand they're in a war, and the Republicans would like people to like them.
Are they going to be able to get tax reform done? That's where I'm going, the domestic agenda.
They will get tax reform done, and oddly enough, they'll get health reform done.
A lot of people are expecting we're going to see changes in the White House. Would you be up for taking the White House Chief of Staff job?
Look, the major change in the White House is for President Trump to decide that the model he's using on this trip is right. Focus on a disciplined system. Reince Priebus can run a disciplined system. No one can run an undisciplined system.
Yeah. You were here with your wife a couple of weeks ago when
yes.
The two of you
and
came
she loves being with you.
Talking about your books that you had written. The president has been clear he wants to nominate her as the ambassador to the Vatican. Very exciting news. Callista.
It's remarkable. She is actually today in the last day of her class at ambassador school at the State Department. It's been a remarkably good course. It's 4 weeks. She has worked really hard. I almost put her tail off, but I thought maybe I shouldn't say that on TV. But she's worked her tail off.
Terrific.
And she's learned an immense amount. In July, I will report back to you. I will take the spouse course, which is a one-week course.
That's great. So you just want to be the significant other in it.
I will be the significant other. And she's pointed that out to me. And she said part of what they dealt with, she talked to me the day before yesterday, that they spent an hour and a half on concerns about the spouse. Because, the ambassador is now the center of everything. All the attention's paid to the ambassador.
Oh, my God.
And one of the things that I hope the spouse will do is count the silver and make sure that everything's so she said to him, okay, I'm going to go home and tell Newt Gingrich he's going to count the silver as part of his job.
Yeah, I suspect you're going to be doing
I will
more than
report back to you on my silver counting, but I'm very proud of Callista. She's very close to the church. We made a movie about John Paul II. She has sung in the Basilica Choir for 21 years. It is a great honor to her, and we're very grateful to the President for giving her this opportunity to serve the country.
Fantastic. Best regards to Callista. Thank you so much, Newt Gingrich, joining us.